Right, hello everyone and welcome back. This is my second video today. As some of you may not be aware, that earlier I uploaded a video about Arsenal's 1994-95 season, which wasn't a great season. It was really chaotic on and off the field. So yeah, go and check it out. It's interesting. But yeah, first of all, before we do anything else, I just want to apologise to everyone for all the chaos around the starting of this video. I'm not really going to go into why. It's just suffice to say that when you've got people in your life who are completely disorganised and chaotic, that's what tends to happen. Yeah, but enough about that. I hope that you're all okay and having a great day. If you're new to Warren's Team Talk, thank you very much for coming and checking me out and seeing what I've got to offer. I hope you enjoy the show and that you find it enjoyable. I really do. And I hope you're all well and looking after each other and talking and all the rest of it. Yeah, so before we do anything else, can I just please ask you to click on the like button. Make sure you share the video around with as many different people as you possibly can. And also, please make sure that you've subscribed to the channel if you haven't done that already. That would be fantastic if you could do that for me. And also make sure that you hit the little bell, the notification bell that's next to the subscribe button. That would be really great for you, because then it will make sure that you don't miss any of the videos that I upload. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So today, as the thumbnail says, we're going to review match day 26 of the FA Premier League, which was the games that took place in the Premier League in the weekend that's just gone. So, yeah, it was quite an interesting weekend, especially at the top of the table. And then here he is, the Mr. James Dunlop. How you doing, mate? I hope you're well. He says, well, hi, Warren. I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, I'm good, buddy. I hope that you're well too. How's things with you? You're okay? I hope your family are all well and everything else. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. Yeah, so without further ado, like I say, let's get on with it. Just as I always do recently, just to let you know that there's a petition that I created in the change.org website to tell Arsenal that we don't want Mikel Arteta getting and the offer of a new contract, although my gut tells me he's already been given it and he's already signed it. Think, oh God, I just can't believe that they're going to do that. It just fills me with dread to think that we got put up with even more nonsense from this man, this bloody PR puppet. But anyway, so let's get on with the show and forget about that tosser. So the fixtures, and there's another chat from James. He says, "I'm good, thanks." Well, I'm pleased to hear that, mate. I hope everything's fine. What are your thoughts about Everton at the moment, James? I saw that you lost at the weekend away at Southampton. Yeah, I was thinking about you when that was happening. I was thinking, poor James, he must be tearing his hair out. But the fixtures this weekend, on Saturday, we had West Ham against Newcastle, Arsenal against Brentford, Aston Villa against Watford, Brighton against Burnley, Crystal Palace against Chelsea, Liverpool against Norwich, Southampton against Everton, Manchester City versus Tottenham, Leeds versus Manchester United, and Wolves against Leicester. So let's get on with it. The league table, before the games kicked off, I think this league table includes the game, yeah, I think it does. It includes the game that took place at the Saturday lunchtime game, which was, let me just check. Yeah, the West Ham v Newcastle fixture. So Manchester City at that stage was still top. They were 9 points clear of Liverpool in second. Chelsea was sitting in third. Manchester United were fourth. West Ham were in fifth. Arsenal were in sixth. Wolves were in seventh. Tottenham were in eighth. And Brighton were in ninth. And Southampton were in 10th. Leicester were 11th. Villa were 12th. Crystal Palace were 13th. Brentford 14th. Leeds 15th. Everton 16th. Newcastle 17th. Norwich City, Watford, and Burnley made up the relegation places. James says, not very good with Everton. We are in big trouble. I don't understand. I really don't. I just think the whole thing's a mess. To me, I think you're in a similar situation for us, although at least we're at the right end of the table. But when I say that you're in a similar situation to us, I'm talking about you've got clowns in position of power who seem to be making a real pig's ear of things. Because I'm not convinced about Frank Lampard. I'm not sure that he's the right appointment. But the bigger problem for me, from what you've told me, is about the board. I'm convinced that, because if that's wrong, then you could have whoever you wanted in the manager's post, but it ain't going to work. And I think you're right. I think you are in big trouble, and things need to start changing because you're getting perilously close to that relegation zone, and that would be absolutely outrageous if Everton were to go down. I don't think they will, but if they were, I remember when Villa went down in 2016, I know exactly how they feel. Yes, mate. And it happened with Leeds back in the day as well. Manchester United got relegated. But mind you, that was it was before, I was born, but it did happen. I remember my dad telling me stories about it, and Dennis Law, former Manchester United legend, scored the goal that got them relegated, and he refused to celebrate it. In fact, I think he broke down in tears on the pitch. So, yeah, no, if that was us, I don't know, I think I'd need some sort of therapy or something. I really do. And I'm not joking. I'm deadly serious. I think it would drive me to needing counselling or something, because it's awful. Okay, so the first game of the weekend was a lunchtime kickoff. It was West Ham against Newcastle United at the London Stadium. West Ham and Newcastle fought out a 1-1 draw. West Ham took the lead in the 32nd minute through Dawson, and then Newcastle equalised through former Arsenal man Joe Willock. And the match stats from this game, I've introduced a new factor because I thought it was getting a bit stale. Now I'm going to be showing what the league position was before the game and after. So in this scenario, West Ham was sitting in 5th before the game started, and after the game finished, they were in 5th. And Newcastle didn't change their position either. They were 17th beforehand and 17th after. West Ham had 11 shots in the game. 3 of them were on target. They had 47% possession, made 388 passes, and 75% pass accuracy. Newcastle, on the other hand, had 14 shots, 3 on target. They had 53% possession, made 431 passes, and had a pass accuracy of 78%. The next game I'm going to look at is the Arsenal-Brentford game. Arsenal won this game by 2-1. I couldn't actually watch the game because I was doing them Saturday Match Day Live, the 3:00 kickoffs. But I have to say, when I watched it on playback on the Arsenal app that I've got on my phone, it looks an absolute snore fest, especially this first half. Arsenal, in my opinion, Arsenal had trouble to break Brentford down, and I didn't really see that much of a major improvement in the second half, except for the fact that two pieces of individual brilliance unlocked Brentford. They livened up a bit when Pepe come on, which isn't a surprise because he's a quality player in my opinion. But yeah, so 2 goals from Arsenal from the dynamic duo of Emil Smith-Rowe and Bukayo Saka in the 48th and 79th minute. Really, to be honest, won the game for Arsenal. Brentford didn't really offer much going forward, but late in the game they got a goal in the 3rd minute of injury time through Norwich to bring the game back to 2-1. So yeah, Arsenal won the game by 2-1 in the end. So James Dunlop says West Ham look off it at the moment. Not sure about top 4, but they'll get Europe again. I think you might be right, mate. It's a bit sad, really, because, you know, obviously I want Arsenal to get in the top 4, but I think they deserve it. I really do. I'm never going to back Tottenham to get in the top 4. I'm just not going to do it. It's simple as. But I think West Ham definitely deserve it. James Dunlop says, I didn't see many highlights over the weekend, but you needed that win against Brentford. We did. We got a big game on Wednesday against Wolves, and from what I've heard, they're going to be really fired up because they were really pissed with us after the game at Molineux, the way that we were celebrating. And to be honest, I think it was a little bit ridiculous the way that the team celebrated. Yeah, I know it's a big win and all the rest of it, but you need to rein it in a bit, to be quite honest. You need to have a bit more respect and whatnot. But, you know, that's football for you. So the match stats from this game, like before the game, Arsenal were sat in 6th place, and they were at the end of the game as well. And Brentford didn't change positions either, and they were 14th before the game kicked off and 14th after. Arsenal had 24 shots, 8 were on target, which surprises me a bit. I can't remember them even having 8 shots, let alone having 8 on target. They had 67% possession, 562 passes were made, and they had 85% pass accuracy. Brentford, on the other hand, had 6 shots, 2 of which were on target. They had 33% possession. They made 294 passes and had a 72% pass accuracy. I think Arsenal deserved to win the game, but we were poor, in my opinion. I've heard a lot of people saying about how good Arsenal were in the second half. Sorry, I didn't see it. I didn't. All I saw was 2 bits of individual brilliance, which Arsenal won Arsenal the game through Bukayo Saka and then Will Smith-Rowe. Other than that, didn't really see that much. The other thing that happened in the game that was unbelievable, in my opinion, was the way that Granit Xhaka refused to take the armband. I mean, how many more bloody things does this clown have to do before he's bounced out of the club? You know, he's grabbed people around the throat, he's given away penalties, he's got sent off, he's refused the armband, he's told the fans to fuck off. That's 5 different things that I can just think of off the top of my head. And then there was the incident at Burnley when he played the ball across his own penalty area without even looking, and it went straight to a Burnley attacker and gave them a goal. That's 6 that I'm just able to recall off the top of my head, just like that. And my memory ain't great. Honestly, it isn't. As I've got older, it's got worse. And that's what happens when you get old, right? But I'm telling you, this fella, he ain't the man. And the amount of damage that he's doing Arsenal is just ridiculous. How the hell he still keeps getting paid, how he keeps getting played, sorry. It's just beyond me. If it was me, I would have suspended him and told him to stay at home. Don't come anywhere near the club. Pick up your salary and you'll be gone at the end of the season. End of. The man's a liability. Craig Malloy, Aubameyang is the first player this century to score a hat-trick in 3 different leagues. Exactly. And this fucking clown of a manager booted him out of the club. Now, I did a short video about this the other day. I forgot to mention Unai Emery, but he has played under Jurgen Klopp, Thomas Tuchel, Unai Emery, Arsene Wenger, Mikel Arteta, and Xavi, right? All of them, by Mikel Arteta, were able to get him scoring goals. So what does that tell you? Tells me that Mikel Arteta is useless as a manager. If all those other managers can get him scoring goals and this one can't, tells you all you need to know, really, doesn't it? And James Dunlop says, all right, Craig. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Right, so let's move on to the next game, which was, Aston Villa against Watford. And there was a bit of a shock, actually, this one. I wasn't expecting this. Aston Villa 0, Watford 1. The winning goal came from Bonaventure in the 78th minute. Watford winning the game by 1-0, as I said. So a great win for Watford, and I'm sure that Uncle Roy will be absolutely delighted with that. Before the game, Villa was sat in 12th, and after the game, they stayed in 12th. But Watford, they moved up a place as a result of this match. The league position before the game was 19th, and after it was 18th. Villa had 20 shots, one of which was on target, and Watford had 8 shots, 4 on target. Villa had 60% possession, made 550 passes, and had 84% pass accuracy. Watford had a 40% possession, made 383 passes, and had a 75% pass accuracy. So, there you go. Another big shock, Brighton losing at home by 3-0 to Burnley. And Weghorst got the first goal for for Burnley. Brownhill got the second one, and Lennon scored a third for Burnley. Massive shock for me. I wasn't expecting this at all. And Craig Malloy says, all right, mate, to James Dunlop. And James Dunlop says, huge win for Watford. As for Villa, it's all about next season for them and Gerrard to move forward. Yeah, exactly. It's just a major surprise. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. I know that Uncle Roy is a good manager. Well, yeah. But he is. I know he didn't do a good job at Liverpool, but I rated him in the past before he got that England job. I think he got it too late. I think if he'd been given it much earlier in his career, I think he would have done a far better job with England. I really do. James Donald says he wasn't shocked that Burnley got a result, but he didn't expect them to win by 3. Yeah, and I've heard Sean Dyche last night on Radio 5. He was saying that that new player they got, Weghorst, is the best player he's ever coached. It's just a big compliment. It really is. And Old Skool Gunner is in the chat. Hi, Old Skool Gunner. How you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Though, if any of you haven't subscribed to Old Skool Gunner, please go and do it. He's a top man, does excellent content, and I'm sure you're going to love his videos and his patter. It's on point, mate. I'm telling you. And before this game kicked off, Brighton was sitting in 9th, and after the game finished, they were still in 9th. Burnley, they moved up a position because they were sat bottom of the league when this game kicked off, but they moved up a place to 19th. And in the game, Brighton had 11 shots and only one was on target. They had 69% possession, made 570 passes, and enjoyed a pass accuracy of 84% and committed 12 fouls. Don't know why fouls is on there. That wasn't supposed to happen. Still, never mind. It's like a Brucey bonus for you all. Burnley, they had 10 shots. 4 of them were on target. Had 31% possession. And they made 258 passes with a pass accuracy of 63%. And they also made 12 fouls. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It's a bit crazy, but still, never mind. Crystal Palace against Chelsea. Now, I've heard that Chelsea were a bit fortunate in this game. Chelsea won by 1-0 thanks to Hakim Ziyech scoring the last-minute winner at Selhurst Park. So they will be delighted with that. Keeps them comfortably in 3rd place. And the match stats for this one, before the game kicked off and after the game kicked off, Palace was sat in 13th place in the table, so no changes there. And the same with Chelsea. They didn't move league position as a consequence of this game. They started in 3rd and they finished in 3rd. And during the game itself, Palace had 7 shots. None of them were on target, which is a bit of a surprise given the talent they've got. Sorry, that was Palace. They had 7 shots and none were on target, which is a bit of a shock because they have got some decent strikers. They had 42% possession and 373 passes they made and a pass accuracy of 79%, whereas Chelsea, they had 9 shots, 3 of which were on target. They had 58% possession. They made 518 passes and a pass accuracy of 82%. And James Dunlop says, that Weghorst I heard has got a really good goal scoring record. For me, it's the perfect replacement for Chris Wood. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know anything about him, to be honest. I saw him and some highlights when he come on for Burnley. I think it was it against Arsenal? I can't remember, but I saw him coming on as a substitute in one game. And he looks a big old fella, that's for sure. Craig Malloy says Warren Tottenham made a statement by Man City beating Man City away. They did, mate. And did you see the way that Conte celebrated after the win? He was going crazy. But that's a big statement. Mind you, Arsenal made a statement as well by beating Brentford. It's a statement, all right. Fucking hell. Beating Brentford is just ridiculous, isn't it? James Dunlop, Lukaku only had 7 touches in the game. Chelsea shouldn't have brought him back, in my opinion. He doesn't suit the way they play. I just don't understand, right? These managers, honestly. One of the reasons that Liverpool had so much success in the 70s was because their managers always used to, when they worked out what they were going to do in a game, the managers would always make sure they play to each player's strength. So what I mean by that is if you had a striker who liked the ball being played into them to feet, then that's what they would do. They didn't expect a 5'9" striker to compete with 6'4", 6'5" defenders by pumping balls up in the air to them. To me, it's logical. Do you know what I mean? It really is. I just don't understand these guys. Don't fit your tactic. Don't try and fit your players to the tactics. Fit your tactics to your players. It's fucking insanity. Honestly, I don't understand. Liverpool against Norwich. Now, this looked like it might turn out a bit dicey for Liverpool. They were 1-0 down against Norwich and ended up winning the game by 3-1. Norwich took the lead in the 48th minute through Rashica, and then Liverpool scored 2 goals in 3 minutes through Mane and Salah, and then 9 minutes before the end, Diaz produced his first goal since his move, and Salah scored his 150th goal for Liverpool. So that's a major milestone for him, and fair play to him. Congratulations to the lad. So the match stats for this one: Liverpool started the game in second, and after the game finished, they were still in second. Norwich, unfortunately for them, before the game kicked off, they were in 18th and then dropped to 20th as a consequence of this game. In the game itself, Liverpool had 29 shots. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. They had 8 shots on target. They had 70% possession, made 697 passes, and had a pass accuracy of 89%. And then Norwich, in the game, they had 6 shots. 1 was on target, 30% possession, 308 passes, and a pass accuracy of 71%. And so it was an interesting game. I remember covering it in the Matchday Live that I did at the weekend. I couldn't believe it when Norwich went 1-0 up. And but fair play to Liverpool. They came back and ended up overpowering them, as they do most sides that go to Anfield these days. Then turn your eyes away, James. You ain't going to like this one. Southampton against Everton at St Mary's Stadium. Southampton run out 2-0 winners. Goals from Armstrong in the 52nd minute and Shane Long in the 84th minute got Southampton the 3 points. Before the game started and after the game started, Southampton were in 10th, and Everton didn't move position either. They were 16th before the game kicked off, and they stayed in 16th. So Southampton in this game, they had 19 shots, 11 were on target. They had a 56% possession. They made 506 passes and had a pass accuracy of 78%. Everton, on the other hand, had 9 shots, none were on target. They had 44% possession, made 401 passes, and had a pass accuracy of 70%. James said Southampton are on form at the moment and are playing some really good football. Us, however, didn't show any fight at all. The players only play when they feel like it. Bloody joke. Mate, I know how you feel. I feel your pain, my brother. I really do. It's horrible when that happens. It really is. It's fucking really annoying as well. But you're right about Southampton. They have been playing well, and they've been scoring a lot of goals as well. So they're a real handful. And I really like that young lad they got up front, that Brozier. I think he's quality. He reminds me a little bit of Alan Smith, the guy that used to play at Arsenal in the early 90s. He was late 80s, early 90s. He was quality, man. He really was. Big, strong. George seemed to like players like that who were like big and strong. He had John Hartson, Alan Smith, Niall Quinn, all of them like a similar mould, really. And James says, I feel sorry for Lampard with the tough task he has on his hands, to be honest. Would have felt sorry for some poor bugger who had taken the job. Mate, I think it's got to the point now, it's a bit of a poison chalice. I mean, I don't want to be negative, but I think it is. And I think it's going to be a massive task for anyone who goes in there. To me, it just shows, I know you're probably not going to like it, but I don't know. I don't think that's right. I don't think I'm right with that assessment. I was going to say, he shows you what a good job that Big Sam did when he was there, but I don't think he did do that much of a good job, to be honest. But what do you think about what Big Sam did at Everton? Did you like what he did? Did you? I mean, obviously not the football because it wouldn't have been that great. But do you think, given the situation, that he did okay, or what did you think about it, James? Manchester City against Spurs, a massive statement win for Tottenham. They won 3-2 at the Etihad Stadium. They took the lead for their new signing, Kulusevski, in the 4th minute. And then Gundogan equalised in the 33rd minute. Tottenham went 2-1 up through Harry Kane. And then Mahrez scored a penalty in the 2nd minute of injury time. And it looked like the game was going to go to a draw. But Harry Kane had other ideas. And 3 minutes later, he popped up to grab the winner. So Tottenham ran out unlikely 3-2 winners at the Etihad. And Manchester City, before the game, was sitting in first, and they stayed in first despite this defeat. Tottenham were in 8th before the game, and they stayed in 8th. There were 21 shots for Man City in this game. 4 were on target. They had 72% possession. They had 755 passes and 91% pass accuracy. Tottenham, on the other hand, had 6 shots, 5 were on target. That's really good, I have to say. It pains me to say it, but it is. They only had 28% possession, which isn't to be unexpected, but it looks like they were very efficient with possession they did get. They had made 308 passes and had a pass accuracy of 78%. And James says, Sam did a decent job getting us away from danger. His style of football was one of several reasons why the fans were never going to support him, but I respected the job he did at the time. I mean, you're absolutely spot on, James. I really do believe that. And the thing about him is you can't diss him for his record because it's second to none. Up until the year he got West Brom relegated, and he didn't get enough time to sort West Brom out. He never ever got relegated out of the Premier League, and the clubs that he was at, I just think it's unbelievable. It's an incredible record. It really is. And that was why when we were having all that trouble and we were sitting in 15th or 16th, I was saying, fuck this, let's get Big Sam in. Get that clown out. Get Big Sam in. Give him a year contract. Sort this shit out. And then we'll get someone else in. Do you know what I mean? Because I could see at that point I was getting really fearful about us being relegated. And James says, us, Man United and Watford are nothing but a poison chalice. Never mind managing England. Well, yeah, that England job, fucking hell, that's something else. It really is. James says City are now under pressure for the title. Liverpool are getting close. Yeah, because Liverpool got a game in hand. They're 6 points behind. They've got to play each other at the Etihad. If Liverpool go and win that game, right, it's game on. It really is. Or if Man City lose another game and Liverpool win, it's game on. It really is. And I said this a few weeks ago before they lost that game at home to Spurs. I said, this title race, it ain't finished. It ain't. The next game was Leeds and Manchester United, the Yorkshire-Lancashire derby, the War of the Roses, as it's been dubbed. The rivalry goes back to that time, the War of the Roses, hundreds of years. And Leeds ended up losing by 4-2. Goals from Moreno and Rafinha for Leeds in the 53rd and 54th minute. And then goals from Manchester United from Harry Maguire, Fernandes, Fred and Atanga, eventually giving Manchester United a 4-2 victory. And Taib's in the chat. Hi, Warren. Hi, James. Hi, Craig. Nice to see you, Taib. I hope you're well. If Liverpool win at the Etihad, I think they'll nick the title or City. Yeah, I mean, that would be a major blow. And you'd have to question City's confidence if that happened. James Dunlop says hi, Taib. Craig Malloy says hi, Taib. You see, Taib, you're a popular fellow. Everyone loves your rhymes and poetry, man. What a game this was at Ellen Road. When Leeds brought it back to 2-2, I thought Leeds were going to win it. Me too, mate. Well, I really did. And I would have loved to have seen it as well. Taib was saying, Warren, I went to Lancashire and it wasn't very pleasant. Oh, dear. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I'm sorry to hear that you didn't enjoy yourself in Lancashire. Did you see Arteta there? So before the game, Leeds were sitting in 15th, and they were at the end of the game, they were still in 15th. Manchester United started the game in 4th, and they finished in 4th. There were 16 shots for Leeds, 6 were on target. They had 55% possession, 403 passes they made, and they had pass accuracy of 77%. United had 15 shots, 9 were on target. They had possession of 45%, made 339 passes, and had pass accuracy of 72%. The next game was Wolves against Leicester. Wolves won by 2-1, a massive win for Wolves. They needed that win. They 2 goals for them from Neves and Podence, and Lookman for Leicester got a goal for Leicester. And Wolves started the game in 7th and they finished the game in 7th. Leicester, on the other hand, before the game started, they were in 11th, and then when the game finished, they hadn't moved. They stayed in 11th. The Wolves had 11 shots, 3 were on target. Their possession, they had 36% possession, 319 passes they made, and they had pass accuracy of 78%. Leicester had 17 shots, 7 were on target. They had 64% possession, 566 passes, and 87% pass accuracy. So at the end of the day, this was the league table. Man City, as we were saying, are only now 6 points ahead of Liverpool. Liverpool have a game in hand, and there's also a game to be played at the Etihad. So it's wide open, in my opinion. Chelsea are in 3rd, United are in 4th, and then West Ham, Arsenal, and Wolves and Tottenham make up the chasing pack. To be honest, I think Brighton are a bit too far off to make a serious challenge for 4th, but you never know. And then the bottom end of the table, the relegation, sitting in the current relegation zone currently are Norwich, Burnley and Watford. And then just above that, you've got Newcastle, Everton, Leeds and Brentford. And yes, 7 points covering from 14th down to 20th. So it's wide open all over the league, really. And fourth spot for me is United's to lose. That's what I think as well. I think that as well, James, and I think they'll get it. I just think they've got too many good players not to do it. James Dunlop says, don't rule out Wolves for top 6 or even challenging for top 4. Yeah, I think they're a good side and they look very, very solid to me. And that's always a good sign if you've got a team that ain't conceding. And I remember there was an old Liverpool manager, I can't remember if it was Bob Paisley or Bill Shankly, said, if you want to see the side that's going to win the title, look to the team that's not conceding. Will Brendan Rodgers last season? Asked James. Leicester fans are all divided on his future. I think it would be a massive mistake if they got rid of him. I really do. I don't know what's going on at that club. I really don't. I don't know whether it's because something to do with all the injuries they've had or what it is, but I think it'd be a big mistake to let him go. I think he's top quality manager. James, you happy with Lampard or did you want someone else? Asked Taib. James says, I'm backing Lampard, Taib, but whoever was going to take this job has got an impossible task getting this squad playing consistently. Yeah, and in addition to that, there's all the shenanigans that are going on in the background with the board and all the rest of it. It's a bit similar, Taib, to what's going on at Arsenal. You've got a load of clowns above Arteta who aren't helping the situation, who's just as incompetent as what Arteta is. I think Lampard's a better manager than Arteta, to be fair. But I just think the Everton board are an absolute fucking shambles. Who's the better manager, Arteta or Lampard? I don't even think that's a debate, Craig. I think Lampard's way ahead of Arteta. Craig, I'd take Lampard. Laugh at that. Mate, I'd take my neighbour's fucking cat over bloody Arteta. I just think he's an absolute clown. James Dunlop says, seeing him and Ashley Cole in Everton tracksuits look weird though, laugh out loud. He's Ashley Cole at Everton as well. Has he got him on his backroom staff? Fucking hell, man. That's mad. That really is mad. I mean, the thing is, when I look at it and I think about Arteta, for me, the whole fucking thing of his management is summed up by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now, he scored goals when he was being managed by Thomas Tuchel, Jurgen Klopp, Arsene Wenger, Unai Emery. He's now scoring goals under Xavi. The only one where he didn't perform for was Mikel Arteta. For me, it just fucking sums it up in a nutshell. Why? Why was he not able to do it when all these other people were? It's just unbelievable. It really is. So, what we're going to do now, we're going to look at the Warren's Team Talk predictions game. And these are the games that took place the weekend, my predictions and the results. I said that West Ham would beat Newcastle 2-1. The game ended in a 1-1 draw. I said that the Arsenal-Brentford game would end in a 0-0 draw. Arsenal won 2-1. I said the Aston Villa-Watford game would end in a 3-0 win for Villa. And Watford won 1-0. Not doing well, am I? And then Brighton against Burnley. I said Brighton would win 2-0. And Burnley won 3-0. It's shocking. I couldn't have done much worse than that if I'd tried in those first 4 games. Crystal Palace against Chelsea. I said that Chelsea would win 2-0 and they won 1-0. So finally I got one fairly half decently right. Then the next lot, Liverpool against Norwich. I said Liverpool would win 2-0 and Liverpool won 3-1. I said that Southampton would beat Everton 2-1 and they won 2-0. Man City against Spurs. I said that Man City would win 3-1. They lost 3-2. Leeds against Manchester United, I said it would be a 1-1 draw, and it ended in a 4-2 win for United. And then Wolves against Leicester, I said Wolves would win 2-0, and Wolves won by 2-1. So, James says he is Warren. He's on a Paxton. So, mate, it's unreal. I didn't know that. That's unbelievable. Ron Arteta actually sounds really dumb in his press conferences. Did you see that thing I sent you, though, about lines and bloody things going up and down and whatnot? That was mad. That really was mad. I mean, I sat there and I was thinking, are you just trying to bamboozle people, or do you just not have a clue about what you're saying? And you're so nervous that you can't form a coherent sentence, because it wasn't coherent. It wasn't. It was just a jumbled collection of words that didn't make any fucking sense. I sent it to about 15 people. Not one person was able to tell me what he was trying to say. It was just gobbledygook. Absolute gobbledygook. So, as it stands at the moment, after the weekend's games, James Dunlop, you're still sitting top of the table, my friend. You've got 132 points. My mate Mick, the Norwich fan, he's sitting in second with 117. I've now managed to catch him up, and I'm on 117. Dan, the Stockport fan, he's got 15 points. And Jamie, sadly, poor lad, Arsenal fan like myself, he's got 8. So that's the table. James is quite comfortably in the lead at the moment. However, that may change in the coming weeks. We'll see. So just to remind you that the petition is still there. The link for the petition is sitting in the description of this video. If you want to sign it, just click on the link and it will take you to the change.org website, and you can follow the instructions on the screen. It will tell you what to do in order for you to sign it electronically. So I just want to say big up to the GoonerClaude Trust. The link for this is in the description. They give disadvantaged kids the opportunity to go to games at the Arsenal. A great day out for the kids, and they do great work, the GoonerClaude Trust. Go and check them out. Click on the link and find out more about them, because it's a really great charity, and they deserve our support, in my opinion. Then I also want to big up all these YouTube channels. They're all Arsenal ones. The Old Skool Gunner, he's been supporting Arsenal since 1992. He discusses all things Arsenal and brings you absolutely fantastic, insightful Arsenal content. There's Arsenal Alex. He's short, so like fucking spot on, mate. I'll tell you. He has got a knack of saying what other people can say in half an hour, 45 minutes, like in about 2 or 3 words. It's fucking brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And he's got this really good way of getting humour over in it as well, without even trying. It is honestly, the man is very, very talented. Then it's Drawn by Dre. He brings you top quality Arsenal related content, in particular his possession based podcast. There's the Aussie Gooner. He discusses all things Arsenal from an Aussie perspective. He's a top man, and his videos are on point. He really breaks things down really well in his videos. It's superb. Then there's Diesel Arsenal. A few of you in the chat, James Dunlop, I know for one, know all about Diesel. He discusses all things Arsenal, as well as presenting discussions on other popular topics and issues. So yeah, he's well worth checking out. So give him a subscribe. He's just started his own channel and he's doing really, really well. Bless him. Top man, and yeah, he's a great guy. Del Boy Gunner TV. Now I've only just found out about Del Boy Gunner, and I was on his channel, I think last week. I think with it was me, Old Skool Gunner, and Del Boy on a stream together, and it was fantastic. Honestly, it was amazing. It really was. We were chatting about the Arsenal, and it was great. It really was. I really enjoyed it. But his channel is like brilliant. He did a video the other day to break out the red panties or something. It was after the Brentford game. It wasn't like Arsenal review Brentford. Break out the red panties. It was superb. He's from Dublin. He's got a really strong Dublin accent. And he's really passionate about the Arsenal, and he discusses all things to do with the Arsenal. And his videos are quality, and he's really moving. He really is, and he's getting all these other people on his channel. He's had Jez on there. He's had all sorts of different people on there. So yeah, go and check him out. The links to all these channels are in the description of the video. Just click on the links and go and check them out. You won't be disappointed, I can guarantee you. And give them all a subscribe. Put likes on their videos. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. I'm really sure of that. I'm confident of that. So yeah, so that's the end of my video today. Please don't forget to put a like on the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. And please don't forget to share it around. I'd be really appreciative of that. Taib says, Warren, oh, we've had that. And Warren, you must do another live stream. I ain't waiting until Saturday. Love that. Well, I did a video earlier today about Arsenal in the 1994-95 season, mate, that is wild. It really is. It's about George Graham getting sacked, about Arsenal going to another European final. All sorts of madness went off in that season. It was just absolute mayhem. James Dunlop says, cheers, Warren. Take care, mate. See you all soon, guys. Take care. Thanks very much, James, for tuning in. James, I don't know if you're still there, but if you are, someone sent me a video clip about someone asking Alexa what is an Evertonian, mate.
Here's something I found on dictionary.com.
And my Alexa's kicked into action. Alexa off. Yeah, so they're asking the digital radio, remote radio thing, whatever you want to call it, what is an Evertonian? And it starts on all this diatribe about Everton fans being jealous and moaning about Liverpool and all this carry on, mate. It was hilarious. It really was. If I knew how to contact you, I'd send it you so you could see it, because it is quite funny. I'm not sure you'll find it that funny though. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I just want to thank James Dunlop, Taib Hussain, Craig Malloy, and who else? Is there anyone else? Old Skool Gunner. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, so thanks to all you guys. And thanks to everyone who's going to watch this on playback as well. Please put comments in the comments section about what you thought about the games. That would be really interesting to see. what you thought about Tottenham beating Man City, what you thought about the Arsenal game, what you thought about Wolves beating Leicester, Everton losing at Southampton, all that. Anything you want about the games, I'd be really interested to read it. And James Dunlop says, sounds like a Liverpool fan, Alexa. I love that. Mate, it was hilarious. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please look after each other. Please keep talking. And please also remember to take care of your loved ones and nearest and dearest. And remember to share some love and kindness around the world, because God knows we need it at the moment. Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves. Thanks very much for watching. And I'll see you all again soon. If not before, definitely on Saturday. So what is it today? It's Tuesday. I'll be doing another one on Thursday to preview this weekend's upcoming games. So watch out for that. But anyway, take care, guys. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you all again really soon. Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.